Yo, what is up and what's going on? It's your boy Dee.WildTv coming at you with another video. They doing yard work over there, I'm sorry. But man, today, man, we are on the bank. Yes, we are walking, brother. We are walking, and today we are going to be trying in, sisters. I am so sorry. I got to remember that it's kind of hard to be like doing that, like brothers and sisters. But y'all know that I got y'all, man. I know that y'all females are watching. Males too, man. I'm gonna just start calling y'all some girls, bro, because y'all are a bunch of girls, bro. Nah, man, I love y'all. But listen, man, we are on the bank today, and I am being too loud. Like, we're on the bank, and I'm about to do a lot of bank fishing, like, right here. But basically, man, I want to show you guys a couple tips, a couple tricks that I used when I used to fish this bank. We used to catch a lot of big fish, man. And I kind of just veered away from fishing the bank here, man, and hopefully today I can come back to my roots and hook up on some nice fish. I've been out here a little bit. There's some fish activity on the water. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but there's some fish out here, man. And I'm gonna show you guys some tips that you can use on the bank. So you guys just stick around and stay tuned. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do that for your boy. But without further ado, let's get it. Hey, y'all, I'm already up here, and I don't know if y'all can see that already, but there's fish up on the bank right there. I've already seen a couple nice bass roaming, and they're eating these fish that's in the shallows. So what I usually like to do when I first start to come to a pond, so I like to start off with a moving bait. And why I like to start off with a moving bait, as many of y'all can already tell, but you're gonna be able to cover a lot more water than you will be able to do with the worm or something. I'm not saying a worm is a bad lure to use, because I am definitely gonna try to use one. But when you're first starting off coming to a pond, the first thing that you want to start doing is covering as much water as you can. And I say that because these fish, it's only so many places where they can be on this stretch of bank right here, right? So if you know that, that means you have to work your butt off to catch those fish and where they at. And they might move off pretty quick. So that way, if you're fishing a moving bait, you're gonna be able to cover a lot more water than you would be able to with a worm. So I'm gonna start off with this, man, and cover a lot of this water. I'm gonna walk down and walk back and see if we can get any hits up on this thing. And basically, I'm gonna be fan casting everywhere I go. If I think I'm in a decent spot, I'm gonna stop and fan cast. Check out that snake. I don't know what kind he was. I'll tell y'all boys one thing, I'm gonna stay away from that. But bass eat that, man. But all right, man, I'm in a decent spot. I don't know if I'm in a decent spot because I just seen two snakes, but I like the dam right here, bro. So what I'm gonna do is kind of start right here and start fan casting around. Threw one to my right. And fan casting, you're just covering water. So I threw one to my right, and now I'm gonna go back over to my left. Boom, cover that water that I just came from. So then I'm gonna start going out to the middle a little bit. Make one cast 45 degrees from where I just cast it from, but right out in front of me. All right, so then I'm gonna go right out in front of me with my fan cast. Out in the middle. There's a decent bass, dude. It's a really nice bass. They're up shallow, bro. Just don't know if this is the type of bait that they want. What's happening? Yeah. I'm trying to catch a big fish, but it's not happening. What are y'all up to? Nice. Hello.
Have you got any luck yet?
No. There's a lot of fish around though.
We usually go to the bluegill, and yeah, over there there's a lot of bass that like to patrol from our dock to like right here.
Yeah. You see this big bait?
Yeah.
I'm using it to try to catch a fish. So it has to be a giant fish if it eats it. Like a humongous fish.
I wish I could use lures, but I can't. I don't have enough patience.
Yeah, it gets to you. Like it's getting to me right now because I'm so hot. I just want to go back in the house and just lay.
Careful, you don't want to hit the tree.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of turtles that hang out around there. We usually just hang around the pole and get some stuff. One time we went over there, we caught like this big bluegill, and once around the pole I caught this bass. It was a small one.
It was small?
Yeah.
I want to come out here one day and put a bluegill on a hook and throw it out and let a bigger fish eat it.
I tried that. It doesn't work.
It didn't?
Yeah, I hooked one, I threw it out, it came off the hook.
Oh man. It's not that deep over there though. You kind of look for deeper water whenever you're fishing.
You know,
a lot of fish like deeper water.
Yeah, like right over by the dock, there's like, I just go in, I walk a little bit.
I got a fish for you. I got a fish for you. No, he let it go.
I got a big fish.
I'm gonna try to get you to catch a fish for you.
You know, a few days ago,
Yeah.
me and my dad, we were on the Greenway, and when we were biking, there was a lot of water, and sometimes we had to bike in 2-inch deep water.
No way.
Yeah.
One time,
No way.
I biked through that kind of water. I tried it. We were going to bike a little farther. I went out on my bike. It got up to my wheel, and I was like, that's too deep for us to go through.
I thought it was a fish. It felt like one.
I could get a net if you want.
No, it's all right.
Hey, what you guys up to?
Nothing much. Trying to get him a fish. We had one bite, but
Yeah?
yeah.
Guys, can you get our fishing pole?
Yeah, I think so. We should check out what kind of fishing poles he has because
He has like this giant
it's a
fish
fancy
lure.
fishing pole.
He has this giant fish lure. Come see.
Did you introduce yourself, Jack?
Yeah, we've been talking for a couple of weeks now.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Look how
I just
big
didn't know if
that
he
lure is.
introduced himself.
Okay, yeah.
Look how big
Oh my
that
gosh, that is a huge.
Yeah, there's a lot of fish out here that'll eat that
Really?
easily. Yeah.
Really?
There's a lot of times the rest of the
Yeah.
pond.
Yeah.
So
Now, what kind of fishing pole do you have?
this is a bait caster.
Bait caster.
But like if I was to recommend something for your son or something, I would go for a spinning reel. And there's actually Mike Iaconelli is a professional fisherman, but you can type in Mike Iaconelli fishing or spinning rod, and there's a great spinning rod for kids to like come out and they'll like learn
Okay.
instantly. That's what I pretty much started off with when I was younger, and then it kind of got you hooked.
Yeah, yeah.
It kind of gets you hooked, and the bait that I'm using is nothing but like a 6-inch zoom worm.
Okay.
You can get those
Then
for
you
like,
just-
and there's a hook. This is called a shaky head hook.
Okay.
And the reason why I use it because you don't have to do anything else. It's almost like a lure where you attach the hook to your line and then you can attach the worm to your hook.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just ready to go. And the reason why I use it is because it
Attracts
goes, it attracts them, but it goes straight down. It stands up almost. Is a whole different concept.
What's it called again?
A shaky head.
Shaky head.
And the rod is called Mike Iaconelli spinning rod.
Okay.
So-
I got him like I forget now what it's called. You know, the one that It's a push button. So
Oh yeah, the push button, the zip code 33.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So yeah, I made a
Zip
couple.
code,
I made a couple videos about that. I mean, you can't go wrong with a zip code 33
Yeah.
either. I mean, a lot of times it's just about getting out and then just like doing it a couple times, because I mean, I used to fish this dam like to the point where when I didn't have a boat, and I was kind of forced to learn how to fish it. So I mean, there's good fish. It just takes time.
Yeah.
And figuring it out, but
He's got maybe a half an hour, 45 minutes of patience. So.
yeah, we almost had the fish on. That would have been really cool too, because the fish had it in his mouth, but I think he was a bit too small to like keep it in. But
Gotcha.
It's all right. I mean, the average fish around here is about 2 pounds. So if you're catching bass, so that's really, really good. It gives you a good fight. What do you want to?
And then they'll be able to tell.
Oh yeah, nice. You got a spinning rod in this?
Yeah, this one, because I tried him with this, but he doesn't have the coordination yet with this.
Okay.
To do it yet.
Well, we can.
We find a lot of lures. I found this one and this one. That's it.
And then his mom bought him some kind of crazy set.
Nice.
I have a lot of them, and these are my cool rubber worms.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start with the rubber worms, because the way he. I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
Dante. Sorry.
Dante. Yeah. I'm Mark.
Mark.
Dante has his worm hooked, Jack, so it doesn't get caught up on anything.
Oh yeah. So whenever you can just whenever you're fishing it, it just doesn't get hung up on anything. But this bait is something that you can work on this whole bank and get bites on all day. I would put it up on this rod. I could show you how to. Do you want to try to? We could try to. What lure do you want to use actually? Because if you want to show me the lure that you want to use, we can figure out.
This is one of my. This is, feel how it's like a sinky one.
Yeah, this is called a spoon. But a lot of times, like for this pond, it's so like it's a shallow pond. A lot of times for this one, like this right here, you use this for like lakes when it's like really deep.
Because it'll maybe catch on the bottom. You don't want to catch too much stuff on the bottom.
Yeah.
Maybe you should try one of these sparkly worms. Dante has good luck with the worms.
I have great luck with worms, and also this right here is a panther martin. If you just like, you can throw this out and then just constantly reel it in, and all of those little fish around here just jump on the hook almost as if it was a worm.
This is like one of my fanciest lures.
It's a spinning bait.
Who knows? Yeah, who knows about that thing? I think we've seen some people use that. Oh, this might be something like yours.
Oh yeah, that's what you need right there. All right, so let's hook that up on this rod.
And this.
And he knows how to tie knots, Jack. Whereas I have to watch a video every time I try and do this.
Look,
I feel that as well.
This is like one of
you
my.
can cut it with that if you want.
Nice, thank you.
This is like one of my favorites.
That's really cool. Is a lipless crankbait. I caught a giant fish on one of these down there on a wooden dock. But I think if you was to throw like one of these on here, the line would snap, just because I think this line is about 8-pound test, and this is about half-ounce lure. And you want to kind of go with a lighter. Like if you're using a lighter rod, you want to go with a lighter style bait, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So when we're gonna put what was that hook?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, nice. Okay, we got this hook, and this is actually gonna be perfect weight with this Cinco up top right here.
Let's see, is that the best one you got?
Do you?
Yeah, they're all.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna give you some lures. Somebody made me some lures that subscribe to my channel, and I have been catching nothing but big fish on it so far. Okay. So I'm gonna give you some.
Thank you. To say thank you, Jack.
Thanks. Do you have a preference that it works better with this kind of lure or these?
Yeah, I will go with the worms at all time, because this right here, I think this is gonna be something like where you could put on the back of here, but you would have to be like traveling around the pond more, because there's more structure to fish these two lures together. With this worm, anything on this bank that's big enough, like a big bass that's like a pound or so,
Oh,
we'll
do
eat
you
it.
see that fish right there?
Yeah.
He's looking at us.
So I'm gonna tie on this worm for you, and I'm also gonna tie on your panther martin on your other spinning rod, so that way you can. I'll show you how to use your spinning rod as well. But that way you can catch fish all day.
How do you like
tie it?
Yeah.
All right. So I went through it at first, and then I'm gonna come back and meet it and put it in my hand, the same hand.
Yeah.
And then I wrap it around my index finger, right? Once I wrap it around my index finger, I just want to twist around the line 5 times. The saying goes, what bass you think you're going to catch is the amount of loops that you want to catch. So tie. So if you want to catch a 5-pound bass, you want to do 5 loops. So we're going to start off with 5 loops, because if you catch a 5-pound bass, that would be amazing.
Yeah, I don't think I can catch it.
I think you can. I think you can.
Jack.
So once you get it right there, you see, once I get my 5 loops around, you want to go back up top where you had your index finger, pull it through,
Okay.
and to cinch it, you want to come down right here where this opening is.
That's where I mess up. Okay.
And to always a little bit of spit, fisherman's favorite thing.
Cool.
Yeah, and then that's one of the strongest knots you can tie, especially at the beginning, starting off.
That's what I was looking at. I saw a bunch of things online, but
Hey,
honestly, I keep on
the
messing up.
fish is swimming away. So you're saying these can catch 5-pound bass?
Yeah, I've caught a lot of big bass using just this one. It's so simple, and bass eat this all the time.
It's interesting.
All
And
right.
you don't have to hook a real worm.
Mm-mm.
We usually hook real worms, but it's
That's when we're going for bluegills.
Mm-hmm.
but thanks to you showing us, we can do more lures, and I'll get more patient finally.
It only takes a little bit of time. Whenever you wake up in the morning, just come out in the morning and just sit out here for like 10 minutes. Every day for 10 minutes, if you just come out and cast 5 casts, you're gonna catch a fish eventually. I've came out here plenty of times where I've came out here and just didn't catch a fish, and I just didn't want to come back out. But there's been the times where I didn't think I was gonna catch anything, and I ended up catching the biggest fish.
Aha.
Cool.
Cool. Let's see how you do that.
Yeah, let's see how far you can cast it now.
Where do you think I should cast it? Like straight out over to the side, or
Try practice straight out a little
Yeah.
bit, just the way you don't get put it up in
Yeah.
the tree.
Max? Can you make
Yeah.
I don't want to
Let's come right here.
hook you. And try not to splash around in the water when we're catching.
Okay.
You want to reel it up a
Check,
little
check.
bit. So whenever you cast it, you want to have
That's
about 10 inches of line before you cast it. Yeah. All right. So the way that you're gonna want to work it
Do I
is
just push?
All right. So really, this is one of those baits that is gonna teach you patience, because you kind of just wanted to sit there a little bit. So right now, what it's doing is sinking all the way down to the bottom. And about every 5 seconds, what you want to do is bring the rod tip up, and then you're gonna reel the slack back down. So if I can, let me show you one time.
Yeah.
So if it's on the bottom right now and you're ready to start working it, you want to first feel you want to
See, he's got
go
all the
up,
slack up.
Yeah.
and then you just come back down and reel the slack down until you see that it goes straight back to it. So that's right there is telling you have contact with your bait, because you see how it's almost pointed towards the water. If a fish was to grab that, your line is gonna jerk, and that's how you know. That's when you should boom. But every 5 seconds, what you want to do to work the lure with the worm is just lift up and reel the slack back down.
I think there's a bass over there that was just poking at
Yep.
the water.
I
Pay
bet.
attention though.
Yeah, I know. I'm
But-
just saying.
Yeah, just up and back down, and eventually one is gonna see it, and then he'll come by and, ooh, that was a bass. Where was he?
He's right by that log.
1 second, Jack. 1 second.
Step back a little bit.
We find lots of lures on the ground that come out of the trees or stuff. People lose a lot of their lures, and
Yeah, one time I was out here fishing and somebody broke off and I caught their line, and once I reeled in that line they had a fish on the line.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I had reeled in the fish, so I got to save the fish.
That's great.
It's really cool. All you do with this lure is just throw it out and reel it, constantly reel it, and one that's around it will eat it. So let's see if they'll do
Look
it.
at that.
See how the blade is just spinning?
Yeah. Oh, look
These,
at
yep.
Look at those little guys going for it.
Why are they going for
Because
it?
because it's so shiny to them, so they're like, it's food. It's so much nice and great food. They want to eat it and they don't want to let it go. So let's see if one to eat it.
Keep reeling yours in.
But these fish won't be able to eat your lure just because.
Oh, there was a fish on it, I felt.
Oh, dude, there's a bass coming in. We're attracting so many fish right here.
Oops. I just hit a bass.
Whoops.
It's a pack of. How did they make it?
Yeah.
I-
It seems like it's impossible to make a loop.
No, I think you just use a mold, like some kind of like plastic mold. So all of this is plastic, and they just had like some like metal thing that looked like this fish, and then they just poured plastic in it, and it came out to be that.
Cool.
Yeah. 1 second though. All right, man, so there we go, bro. I really do hope y'all learned something, man. I'm really glad that I got to help those guys out, man. Jack, Mark, and his friend, dog. Like, that was really cool, bro. Like, we didn't catch a fish, no, but we got a lot of good fellowship in, and we got to talk a lot. And to me, that was a catch of the day, man. Like, it can't be too much more things better than that, man. So I appreciate you guys sticking around, hanging around, man. I hope you guys learned something about pond fishing. He's ready to go fishing, man. He needs him some lemonade, and he's staying out here, man. Y'all stay out there, man. Keep the tight line, stay fishing, and we're gonna catch y'all up on the next one. Let's go.